Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Very glad you're here. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. And evening is here yet again. Weekend is here, and really kind of snuck up on me. It was a nice surprise. I get a day off, so I'll take it, right? Anyway, yeah. Welcome to the place, a little comfy, cozy corner of the internet where we do a little drinking and a little thinking. So come join me if you will. I'd be honored if you would. And hopefully, we learned something today that we didn't know yesterday. Bring what you got, of course. I brought the old chamomile tea tonight, which is a nice way to kind of simmer down, wind down into the weekend. So, anyway, yeah, bring whatever. I won't judge. It's fine. But that being said, cheers to you. And Jesus, too. Speaking of Jesus, this episode is going to have a slight religious bent, Christianity specifically. So, if it's not your thing, you're an atheist or different faith or whatever, and like I said, not your thing, that's fine. You know what? It's cool. I get it. I hope you'll stick around. I hope you'll stay. I really do. But if you just want to shake your hands and say, I'm gonna skip this one day, like, don't worry about it. All right, I'm not gonna think any less of you. But you will hurt my feelings, just a little, just a little. So, no, really, if I hope you do stick around. But if you don't, it's fine. So, anyway, pressing on. There seems to be a lot of just bad news everywhere, and maybe it's a California thing. I don't know, but everybody's walking around angry and sad, and just doesn't seem to be a lot of good news in the world, And I'd like to change that tonight. I got a story here. It's going to warm your heart. It's going to make you feel good. And I think it's going to make your day. So I'll just dive right into it. I read a lot of international news. I like to be informed on what's going on, like, everywhere. So, on the other side of the world, you got the BBC, for England and the UK. And then on the other side, you got, like, NHK, for Asian news, specifically Japan. But anyway, I was kind of browsing that side of the world and came across this story, which I will link below in the description. But just wanted to share it with you all. The title of which reads, Cat owner who sold car to pay for pet's treatment gets huge surprise from world's best buyer. And yeah, the article reads a little something like this. Turns out the happy ending to this story was actually just the happy middle, with more kindness to come. 2.7 million yen, US 24,700, is usually a very good price to get when selling a 32-year-old car. But it came under some sad circumstances for a man in Osaka earlier this year. The man, who goes by Leiz on Yahoo Japan's auction site, was looking to sell his 1989 Toyota Supra, which he'd been driving since the early 90s. This wasn't because he'd lost any love for the classic Japanese sports car, but because he needed money to pay for his pet cat's medical treatment, as he explained in the listing. Leiz set 2.7 million yen as the buy-it-now price for the car, not really expecting the auction to get that high, since that's quite a bit more than that model of car, in his vehicle's condition, would usually fetch. To his surprise, though, after his story spread around the internet, a buyer agreed to the figure. It turned out the buyer, who goes by Masakoba, is an Osaka car and animal lover too, and sympathized with how painful it must be for Leiz to part with the Supra. And so he made him a deal. He would build a garage on his property specifically to house the Supra, hang on to it, and eventually sell it back to Leiz at some unspecified point in the future for the exact same price, essentially turning the sale into a loan of 2.7 million yen to a complete stranger. That sounds like a happy ending, but it really wasn't, because things have only gotten happier since. As of August, Leiz's cat, Silk, has completed its final treatment for feline infectious peritonitis. I think that's how you say it. And is back in good health. Next on Leia's to-do list was to start the long process of saving up to buy back his Supra, and he may have been thinking of just how to manage the process earlier this month when the car itself suddenly pulled up in front of his house, and in far better condition than it had been in when he sold it. Masakoba has spent the last several months carrying out an extensive restoration of the vehicle. The body panels needed work, which meant first removing the aftermarket aero accoutrements, I think, and then reattaching them. Working on a car's body means the paint needs to be touched up afterwards. And rather than go with a cheap generic brand, Masakoba had the whole car resprayed in its factory spec paint from Toyota's factory. With the passage of time, various rubber components in the engine bay can start to harden and crack, negatively affecting performance. So, those were pulled out and replaced too. Having kept in touch with Leia's since the sale, and hearing that Silk was now completely recovered, he had his mechanics cruise over to Leia's house in the Supra to show him the transformation. Then, they left the car there, because Masakoba is giving it back to Leia's, free of charge, to celebrate the cat's clean bill of health. Masakoba had actually been hoping to return Leia's car to him even before Silk's treatments were finished, but the Supra's restoration wasn't done until this month. During the process, Masakoba, a devout Christian by faith, also made a special visit to Kyoto's Fushimi Inari Shrine to purchase an Omamori good luck amulet on Silk's behalf. Oh, and as for why he sent his mechanics to drop off the car, he didn't want to spoil the moment by making it about Leia's having to thank him, but instead to give him the pure joy of the unexpected reunion. Compassionate, generous, open-minded, and humble? Good Samaritans don't come much better than that, and here's hoping Leia's days are filled with the rumble of his car's exhaust and the purr of his healthy cat for a long, long time. Man. Doesn't that make you feel good? I don't know about you, that makes me feel pretty good. That's awesome. That is just an awesome story. This is just all around, this is just phenomenal. This is good. I don't know, Masakoba didn't want to make it about himself, which just makes him all the more awesome, but I just want to recognize him, like that's amazing. That's just wow. Just wow, So I know the world is all dark and scary right now, and a lot of people, I think they've lost hope, and just goes to show you there is some out there. There's still good people out there. And like I said, I just want to recognize Masakoba, I know you're not going to toot your horn, but I'm going to toot it for you, because that is awesome. That's great. So, I'd like to take special note. Masakoba is a devout Christian, and I know there's a lot of devout Christians out there, and we kind of get hung up in the weeds and seeds, and like I said, this seems like dark times now, but what he did really embodies the Christian spirit, and it reminded me of a couple verses that I read. I actually read them in an episode a little bit ago. I'll link it above, somewhere, wherever. But, yeah, what is being a Christian? What's it all about, And I think we can summarize that quite accurately in a couple verses here, which we get from Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. And real quick, it's not very long at all. It reads as follows. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on an hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father, which is in heaven. That they may see your good works, and glorify your Father, which is in heaven. That's what it's about. Doing good deeds, helping each other out, spreading love and joy and peace. That's what Christianity is about. And I get it. There's a lot of darkness out there, and the other side of that coin. Yes, we have to call out the darkness. There's a lot of evil out there, but there's, like I said, there's two sides to that coin, and just throwing it out there. I'm particularly guilty of this myself. I do that a lot. There's a lot of evil, and I have a very strong sense of justice, and I want to fight it. I want to fight the darkness. But there's more to it, right? There's the other side. You got to do good works, because if you think about it, people who've been in darkness for so long, what's the alternative? A lot of them don't even, they don't understand. What's that going to look like? We have to show them. We have to be the light. Don't hide your light under a bushel. Put it on the candlestick and show everyone. That's where it starts. And that's what Mr. or Mrs. Masakoba did. Very well. Very well done, If we just call out people all the time, they're going to get angry. And like I said, they're probably not going to get it. So it's our job to go out there and do good works and quite literally show them how it's done. Show them what it can be. What I can be, what you can be, our full potential, and the joy and the happiness and the peace that comes with it. You don't have to walk around. Things don't have to be like this. They don't. And it's hard to explain that to people, Like, I can sit here and tell you how awesome, it is. How much joy and wonderfulness it is, but it's easier for me to just show you. And then they can see it for themselves, right? And the Bible and Jesus just so wonderfully put it. With the allegory or metaphor, whatever, of a candle. And it's our job to show people, into the light. Lead them out of the darkness. So, yeah, if you're a Christian, or not a Christian, whatever, I just want to encourage you. Be like Masakoba. Today, do something awesome. Do something great. Do something happy. And just make the world a little bit more brighter today. Can't hurt, right? I know I'm gonna try, And I want to encourage you to do the same. Oh, and one final thought before I forget. It's never been easier, especially from a Christian perspective. You gotta remember, when Christianity started, they were being persecuted. They were getting martyred, horrible things. They were tortured, they were put in jail. The Bible documents quite a few of these, but we also have non-biblical sources that document that as well. Christians were persecuted, and there's still a lot of countries where they are. But I know here in America, Western countries particularly, we still have it pretty good. So I just want to encourage you, what's stopping you? What's stopping you from going out there and doing good deeds? If you're in Saudi Arabia, I get it, it's hard. You still try, I'm going to pray for you. But for us here, we got it easy. We don't really have an excuse, honestly. So, they're not throwing us in jail. They're not putting us in the Colosseum in gladiatorial combat. I mean, let's be honest here, right? We're okay. We're okay. You don't have an excuse. So, come on, guys. Let's do this. Let's do good deeds. I want to see more of these. I want to be a part of this, and I want you to do the same. So, let's do it, guys. Come on. Good deeds, good actions, good thoughts, happiness, joy. Yeah. So, I mean, come on. Don't you want to feel good? This was good. I love this. I think you love this. Come on. Let's just spread more of this all over the world. The world really needs it. So, yeah, anyway. I will dismount the soapbox now. But I hope you got something out of that, I hope you feel as warm as I do right now. I really do. It's a good feeling. Anyway, yeah, it's a good place. Good place to end. So, I hope you're doing well. I really do. If you're not doing well, let me know. Reach out to somebody. Don't try to do it alone. Keep you in my thoughts and prayers, all that good stuff. Um, if you're doing well, things are okay, things are phenomenal, good. I'm glad. I hope you spread that wellness around. Share it, spread it. But I'll also keep you in my prayers because I really do. I want the best for you. I want good things to happen to you continuously, forever. You know, because let's be honest, going through bad times sucks. There's no easy way to put it, and I don't want that on anybody. You know, some people, but even then, like my worst enemies, gotta pray for them, right? Hmm. It's tough. I know. I'm bad about it sometimes, but I do try. Hey, I try. So even if you're a bad person, you're not doing good. I'm still gonna wish you well and pray. I'll pray for you. So anyway, I think that's about it. Yeah. I hope you have a good weekend, and I hope you have a good night. Take care, everybody.